At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
We're the Skinner brothers. Most folks only need a lawyer once or twice in their lives. And when they're injured or in an accident, most people don't know what to do. We get it. It can be overwhelming.
Nobody likes to be told, you need a lawyer. But that's why we're here. We want to get you back to your normal life and help you recover.
So if you or a loved one has been in an accident, give us a call. Let us figure out how we can get you compensation.
Reach us at SkinnerWins.com or Google Skinner Lawyers. We'll treat you like family.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the Committee to Re-elect Craig Blair.
The following sports broadcast is a special presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school basketball. Today's high school basketball broadcast is being brought to you by
Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Rocks, the Dutch Miller Auto Group, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Homes and Cremations, CMA Honda, Craig Blair for State Senate, Orsini's Home Store, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Berkeley County Health Department, Hagerstown Ford, Smallwood and Small Insurance, Modern Realty Results, the Palace Lounge.
And now, let's go courtside and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
Welcome inside the Cardinal Coliseum here at Spring Mills High School. Let's get you ready for EPAC girls basketball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini here with you on the call. Colin McLaughlin back at the studio. Aiden Sensabaugh will be our cameraman this evening. And Nick, we have the Spring Mills Cardinals and the Washington Patriots here tonight in girls basketball. Both of these teams made the state tournament last year, but it's been a kind of a different story for these teams so far this year, especially for Spring Mills, only bringing back one varsity player from last year, bringing in a new coach and Coach Hessen. And on the Washington side of things, they've started off slow, 2-5 so far this year, but with a lot of out-of-state competition. They were able to get a win big time in their first EPAC game against Hedgesville. But they come into tonight, missing, their whole team not quite healthy, but they'll come into this one against a Spring Mills team that's been struggling a lot. So they're going to hope that this is a, continuing to get their momentum going into EPAC play. Started off with the win with Hedgesville, and they'll hope to build momentum against Spring Mills.
Yeah, it's really two different stories, even though the records are similar, and the fact that these two teams were both in the state tournament, you had high expectations with the programs, but not so much for the teams, right? Washington was a team that returned pretty much everybody from last year, did lose some of their post play, but still has, Mary Rivera, Addison Skinner, Lexi Adams, Michaela Michaels, Madison Hardy, just to name a few names that you would recognize from last year's team. Hairston as well was a key player for them last season. So they're all back. And on paper, this is probably still your favorite in the EPAC just because of what this team can accomplish and what they accomplished last year. But there have been some teams that have emerged as maybe potentially a favorite, like Musselman and maybe Martinsburg at times. If they can put it together, they certainly have the height to be a problem. But I would still say that despite the record and despite how the non-conference has gone, Washington's that team to beat around the area and in the EPAC based on what they achieved last year and the fact that the majority of the roster is back from last year. On the Spring Mills side, yes, we know how great this program has been, but all that past history kind of goes out the window with this team because they only return one varsity player and they only have 2 seniors on the roster. So Faith Bush is the one player that people may remember from last season, and she was a role player. Now she's a starter, obviously, and one of the key players on the team. But, it's a completely different team. It's a Spring Mills lineup that was pretty much, mainly JV. And honestly, probably some of them would still be on JV, but they don't have a JV team, and they lost pretty much everybody from last year to transfers, graduation for a few players, but it's in, like you said, new coach as well. So Coach Goska's gone. All the legacy that he built here is gone, and it's a new era. I think Coach Hessen, based on what we've kind of heard from her in the past and stuff, I think she has the right mindset for this group, but it's going to take a few years before they're back to competing with some of the elite programs in the EPAC. We would expect Washington to be an elite program, so tonight it's an opportunity for this young Spring Mills team to get better and possibly change our opinion. But as of right now, you don't really have high expectations for them. I still think your expectations should be pretty high for Washington.
I'm with you there, Nick. With that, let's take our first 2-minute break of the Parsons Ford Countdown to Tip-Off here. Countdown to Tip-Off brought to you by Parsons Ford on 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons, on the other side of this 2-minute break, will bring you our coaches' interviews with both coaches for Washington and Spring Mills. This is EPAC Girls Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, shrimp nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
I do.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
Can't believe you didn't fill up.
That's double my rent. Not my car.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
You had one job.
It's between girls.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
Welcome back to the Parsons Ford Countdown to Tip-Off here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Getting you set for EPAC Girls Basketball between Spring Mills and Washington. Let's get you now our coaches' interviews brought to you by Rock's Local Markets with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Rock's, fast, fresh, and friendly. All right, here with Coach Hessen of Spring Mills Cardinals. Coach, we last saw your team last week against Martinsburg. Didn't go your guys' way, but what did you take away from that one?
Well, we got back in the gym. Definitely we needed to work on our defense, work on boxing out. So those are two things that we hit it hard on the next day, actually the next 3 days.
So this obviously isn't the usual experience for a first-year coach. Lost a whole lot of players last year, and it was a big-time, successful program, and you guys are still trying to find your way. What do you think has been the biggest adjustment that you've gone through in this process? What do you think you have been, this adjustment period for you? What has it been like?
Well, it's been Pretty interesting. Coming in, obviously there's one returning girl from last year from the varsity team here, Faith Bush. All the other girls are were JV players last year, or they're freshmen. I currently have 3 freshman girls on my varsity team. So we're just taking it one day at a time, just building, trying to get better every single day. That's all we can do, one day at a time.
Well, when it comes to getting better, so far this year, what do you think those areas have been that your team you have seen some improvement on from the beginning of the year to now as you start to enter conference play?
Definitely, I'm going to say their team bond. These kids really, like I said, there was a few of them that were on the JV team together. Again, I have 4 new girls, 3 of which are freshmen. So these kids have never really played together. But, regardless of our record, their bond has been strong. It continues to be stronger. They are starting to really, truly understand the breakdown of film. So I think that's going to be a huge part. Teaching them about not just going out and playing the game of basketball. And I think that's what a lot of the young kids do, is they just go out here and they just play the game. They just do what us coaches tell them to do. I'm instilling in them to educate themselves. All these kids are on social media every single day, all day long. So, I'm on them about their algorithm of social media should be nothing but basketball right now. Like, all they should be worried about is education in the sport that they're playing or whatever they're doing on the side. So, preaching to them right now about educating themselves, not just while we're at practice, but when we're outside of practice. So I've definitely seen that huge adjustment with them. I'm getting text messages all hours of the evening talking about, hey, coach this, hey, coach this. They're breaking down film themselves. So that is a huge adjustment I've seen since day one, and I expect it to continue to grow.
And tonight you guys have Washington coming in. Both of these teams last year were in the state tournament. What have you seen from Washington so far this year, and what do you want your team to focus on tonight against the Patriots?
Well, obviously, they have, I keep hearing about Lexi Jordan is their go-to girl. So, again, that's somebody that we're going to have to contain tonight. The point guard, Mary, definitely she has some, definitely moves. She can move, quick ball handling, gets up and down the floor. So, definitely containing those two. We're just going to go out and get after it tonight.
All right, Coach, good luck tonight, and thank you for the time.
Thank you.
All right, here with Coach Edwards of the Washington Patriots. Coach, so far this season, slow start when it comes to your record, but you've been challenging yourself with some more out-of-state competition. What have you thought about your team so far coming into this game against Spring Mills?
Just growing and trying to learning how to win. That's been our biggest thing. So we've challenged them with a competitive schedule. It was good to kind of get that early, just kind of filling out how to win, how to compete properly throughout the course of the season. So overall pleased with how we've started. So we're just looking forward to getting conference play going and, putting our stamp on it. So
this team was able to get to the state tournament last year for this will be your first TV 10 game of this year. If there's anyone out there that maybe they'll be tuning in for the first time, seeing your team for this season, how do you think this team compares to last year's team that was able to get to the state tournament?
I think that we did lose Kendall Itobi, and I think she was kind of our senior leader. Kind of kept things in order on the court, but I'm anxious to see just taking that next step. We've made Addison Skinner a captain and holding her accountable to hold everyone else accountable. So kind of taking on that next step. So tonight we're just kind of looking to continue to grow. And we have a lot of juniors that we're relying on. We're out without our point guard tonight, but hopefully she'll be back tomorrow. Ready to go.
So who do you think has really stepped up into these new expanded roles, whether it's new players or players that were around last year but have stepped up into more minutes, more significant playing time?
I think I like what Madison Hardy's starting to come into her own. I like what she's doing as far as helping us on the defensive end, rebounding really well. And freshman Tamia Perry has really stepped into a role. We put a lot on her. But she's responded really well. So I'm excited to kind of see her and her growth. And then Lexi and Mary have been they're coming into their own too. So yeah, I'm excited on how they started responding and how they're starting to grow.
And finally, you're coming into Spring Mills here tonight. Both these teams made the state tournament last year. Obviously, Spring Mills team this year versus last year, it's very different. New coach, a lot of new players, only one player returning from varsity. What have you seen so far from this year, and what have you been talking about with your team when it comes to focusing on this one tonight?
We have to do our job, bottom line. It doesn't, we don't try not to focus on what things were and things like that. We just have to focus on the now. And, coming in tonight, another conference game, I know, the coach is going to have them ready. They're going to play hard. They're going to compete. So, she's always had her teams ready. So we just have to do our job. We're constantly harping on them about doing your job, just taking care of what we can control and, go from there.
All right, Coach, thanks for the time. Good luck tonight.
All right, thank you so much.
That was Coach Edwards and Coach Hessen, the Washington Patriots and Spring Mills Cardinals. And those coaches' interviews brought to you by Rock's Local Markets. We'll take a 2-minute break. On the other side of this break, we'll get you to starting lineups, keys to the game, continue breaking things down as we're about 14 minutes away from tip-off between Washington and Spring Mills and EPAC Girls Basketball. This is EPAC Girls Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
The Skinner family has been representing West Virginians for more than 50 years.
We've changed the name of our firm to Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers because we want to be clear about what we do. We represent people who have been in car, truck, and other catastrophic accidents.
We're here to be a voice for the injured and vulnerable, and we take that job seriously with deep commitment to serving our clients wherever they are.
Just Google Skinner Accident Lawyer or visit SkinnerWins.com. We'll treat you like family.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the committee to re-elect Craig Blair.
At Carter Myers Automotive, what we do today will tomorrow become what we've done. That's why Owners Just Do More no longer defines us. Our work is never done because what we live by doesn't have a finish line. We care. Our company of owners is moving lives forward every day by finding more ways to care before, during, and after your purchase. Because when you're happy, so are we. Carter Myers Automotive. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
Welcome back to the Parsons Ford Countdown to Tip-Off here from the Cardinal Coliseum. Spring Mills High School getting ready for EPAC girls basketball between the Washington Patriots and the Spring Mills Cardinals. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini for Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Let's get you the starting lineups for both sides. We're about 11 minutes away from tip-off, starting with the visiting Washington Patriots. Their starting lineup will go number 1, Mary Rivera, number 5, Addison Skinner, number 15, Lexi Adams, number 24, Madison Hardy, number 35, Tamia Perry. On the Spring Mills side of things, it'll be number 10, Grace Fling, number 11, Gabriella Ball, number 20, Faith Bush, number 23, Bree King, and number 32, Tori Henry. And with that, those starting lineups brought to you by the Marius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg, or give them a call at 304-263-4343. With that, we'll get into our keys to the game. The key to your next car is at the Dutch Miller Automotive Group, home of friends and family pricing. Nick, your keys to the game for this one between Washington and Spring Mills.
Well, I think that Washington comes in here, I think Coach Edwards is right, kind of control what they can control. Obviously, Spring Mills isn't the same team that they were expected to be last year, so you can't really worry about them. You got to continue to do what you do well, and no matter who your opponent is, just be ready to play at a high level. I think on both sides, I would say energy is going to be key because earlier tip, not a whole lot of people here right now. Students probably won't come out because of the early tip, so it makes things a little bit maybe more difficult to be excited from the crowd, and you have to always create your own energy when there isn't a big crowd. And then last thing I think for Spring Mills is we saw some spurts where they played pretty well but didn't play very well the entire game, so try to get some consistency on both ends. And for Washington, I believe Ariana Hairston's going to be out tonight, so have somebody step up in her role. Obviously, you have other talented players like Rivera and Lexi Adams who can kind of lead you to victory if they're on their game, but who's going to step up for that Hairston role, especially what she's done as their point guard this year, and can they get some scoring from some other players outside of Adams and Rivera?
So we've got about 8:40 left to go before tip-off here. A little bit of extra time to break things down. I think this is a fascinating matchup. Both of these teams, again, got to the state tournament last year. Maybe let's talk about the EPAC as a whole so far this year. Obviously, we talked about Washington as being that favorite in the conference, even though they've started slow in non-conference play. But, Coach, and even just looking at the schedule, you can see it's increased competition. A lot of out-of-state teams. I believe it was all out-of-state teams, if I remember correctly, from their out-of-conference schedule.
Yeah,
with that Hedgesville game being their first one in the state. But when it comes to the EPAC as a whole, Nick, who do you think has the best shot at? Obviously, we don't expect Spring Mills to return to the state tournament this year.
Yeah.
Only bringing back one varsity player, new coach. It's a whole new team, and so far 1-7 on the season. As expected, it's going to be a long turnaround, probably similar to, as we've said before, Shepherd and their women's basketball team, where they had pretty much their coach and all their key contributors leave in 1 year, and they had to sort of start from scratch. Washington, we still think that they can get there to the state tournament. Who do you think is going to be that second team that perhaps from the EPAC that can get there this year?
I think the obvious choice right now would be Musselman. I mean, they've kind of rolled through the non-conference. I think Coach Potter's done a really good job with them. In his first year, he's brought a lot of excitement to that program. So I think they'd be my choice right now out of the gate, and based on what we've seen, I think they have the best start out of any team in the EPAC. So honestly, they should be our favorites if we're just going based off of record. But we do know the talent level at Washington's pretty high. I think Musselman, though, has talent as well, and they, in the past, were always a team that competed because of their defensive hustle. They found this year a way to get way more offensive contributors, put the ball in the basket at a higher rate, and they still have that defense that they've had in the past. So I think Musselman's the team right now, honestly, that you could put at the top of the EPAC if you wanted to, but certainly should be the team that you look at as probably the favorite to be joining the Washington Patriots in Charleston. Now, the tough thing about that is they're in the same section, so that could pose a challenge for both of those teams. The other team that I think has potential would be Martinsburg. So I kind of feel like Musselman and Washington are your top two, and then Martinsburg's kind of in between where you see the Spring Mills of Jefferson as of right now, and then Washington and Musselman based off of, one, what we think Washington can do and what we've already seen Musselman do. I feel like Martinsburg's kind of that team that's just kind of in the middle where they have some pieces and they have some moments where they look more like toward the top, and they have some moments where they look like more toward the bottom. But I don't see them losing to a Hedgesville, Jefferson, or Spring Mills this year. So I think they'll be a team that's in contention. I don't know if they can get past Musselman or Washington at this point, but there's a lot of basketball left to be played, Dylan. So you really can't count out anybody, even though it's still, or at least we think we know some things, but there's a lot of basketball left, so a lot of things could change here in the next few months. But that'd be kind of where I'm looking right now. Probably Musselman would be my team, and then we'll see about Martinsburg if they could possibly jump in there, or Washington, of course, would be your next team after Musselman at this point.
I think that's a fair assessment. If for those wondering, Musselman and Washington's 2 games against each other in the regular season will take place on January 22nd. That game will be at Musselman, and then February 12th will be at Washington. And so far on their schedule this year, Musselman 7-2 on the year. Their 2 losses have been to Sharando and Cabell Midland. It was a 10-point loss to Sharando and a 25-point loss to Cabell Midland. But so far, they were able to get a 30-point win over Hedgesville, which is pretty similar to what Washington was able to do. They got themselves a 74-49 win against Hampshire. Beat Hurricane 29-27, beat Kaiser 49-47. And that Cabell Midland game, that's always going to be a tough one for anybody. So that's what Musselman's been able to do so far this year. Look at Washington on their side of things. They've, like we said, it's been some out-of-state competition. They played against James Wood in their second game of the year. They lost 51-44. First game of the year was against North Hagerstown. They won by 31. But it's been that kind of schedule. Centralville, Poly, and VO High School. I'm not sure what the Max Preps abbreviation there is for that, but it's pretty much all teams from out of the state, and that Hedgesville game was their first one. So the 58-17 win that Washington was able to get against Hedgesville says, that's our first sort of measuring stick for them, and this should be a pretty similar match for them tonight. Seeing as Hedgesville struggled a lot last year, but they've been better so far this year compared to last year Hedgesville has. They've gotten new players in. Gracie Brown, as we know from the volleyball team and softball team, has come in to play basketball. She's leading the team in points. And they've probably given themselves a little bit of an easier schedule to try to get some wins up on the board. They beat St. James 47-32, beat Berkeley Springs 50-41, Quantico in an 82-7 game in their very first one on the year. But then they've dropped. They're on a 4-game losing streak now, losing to Musselman, losing to Washington, as we mentioned, losing big to Kaiser 54-16, and losing to Preston 39-25. So that'll be an interesting team to look out for, just in terms of potential, because we've seen obviously Gracie Brown as a really good athlete in 2 different sports, in volleyball and softball. Basketball, she comes in. Coach Faircloth has told us before that basketball is her best sport, and at least so far this year, she's shown to perhaps be the best player that they have on that team. But it looks like they still have a little bit of a ways to go.
Yeah, I mean, Hedgesville struggled. They really haven't had much scoring outside of Gracie Brown. So until they get that, I don't really see them competing with most of these teams here in the Eastern Panhandle. The other game going on tonight, Musselman Jefferson, so we'll see how that one plays out. Jefferson's a young team. Coach Smith, though, does have the most experience in the EPAC, so if he can get that team playing better, maybe they can compete with some of those lower-tier teams. But honestly, I feel like it's a 2.5-team race. You don't really know much about Martinsburg if they're going to become that 3rd team here in the EPAC. I still feel like there's potential for them too, but there's also potential that they drop off. So, we'll see what happens here. But I think tonight will, just kind of, I think, show us more about Washington, because they're certainly the favorite against this young Spring Mills team. But the other thing is, Spring Mills playing for pride and playing to try to establish themselves. And based on what Coach Hessen's told us, they've made a lot of progress already, which that stuff can't help. So I'm excited to see just these teams and see how good Washington looks this year. Obviously, they're dealing with some injuries, but still a very talented roster. And then Spring Mills, we've seen them already, but how they compete against a team that's truly elite will be a tough stretch.
Let's go ahead and take a 3-minute break here on the Parsons Ford Countdown to tip-off. And when we're back, we should be ready for tip-off between Washington and Spring Mills. This is EPAC Girls Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
Look and feel your best this year. WV Medicine Plastic, Cosmetic, and Reconstructive Surgery Martinsburg offers a variety of procedures to enhance your appearance. Board certified by the American Society of Plastic Surgeons, Dr. Jack Gelman specializes in tummy tucks, breast augmentation and lifts, liposuction, body contouring, arm and thigh lifts, Botox, and filler injections. WVU Medicine Plastic, Cosmetic, and Reconstructive Surgery. Financing options are available. Call 304-350-3274.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body. At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How can I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm John Everson, Private Wealth Advisor with the Marius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
At Dutch Miller Automotive, we've grown quite a bit over the last 60 years, but our core principles remain the same. We believe in treating our customers and our team members like friends and family, and we see it as our obligation to give back to all the communities we are so fortunate to do business in. In just West Virginia alone, we've grown from one location on the west end of Huntington to 10 rooftops employing more than 500 Mountaineers. Check out the inventory from all of our stores at DutchMillerAuto.com. Dutch Miller Automotive Group, West Virginia proud.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
I do.
I do. We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
I can't believe you didn't fill up.
That's double my rent. Not my car.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
You had one job.
It's between girls.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Excuse the technical difficulties, but we're coming out of a timeout by Washington. Spring Mills has opened up 4-0 on the Patriots. 4 points, all coming from Torrey Henry for Spring Mills. Mary Rivera trying to pass the ball cross court to Alexia Adams, and it's to Addison Skinner. She works at the top of the key. She's going to pull up from 3. No good. Rebound made by Rivera. She'll back it out. Take it out to the wing. And get it back to Adams. Over. They'll probably get it inside to Madison Hardy. Foul's called on the floor. As they got it into Hardy on the left block. First foul on Gabriella Ball. Skinner will inbound for the Patriots. Gets it into Adams on the left corner. She takes a floater, no good, doesn't hit rim. Hardy tries to save it, and it'll go the other way.
Washington looking a little bit out of sync here early on, offensively. Spring Mills is doing a pretty good job sliding their feet on the defensive end.
Attempted pass up the court by Ball is a turnover out of bounds. Couldn't quite hit Henry.
I'm not really sure why Spring Mills felt the need to almost rush there, it looked like, and that seemed to have led to that turnover. So we'll see if Washington can answer here early with that 4-0 deficit. See the Cardinals in their 2-3 zone defense.
Mary Rivera 3 from the left wing, no good. Michaela Michael, who just checked in, tried to save it, couldn't do it. It's 2 possessions in a row with the same ending for Washington. Full court pressure still. They get it in to Fling. And we'll get a blocking foul. Or no, we'll get a charge taken by Mary Rivera.
Well, it's kind of like how Keyshawn Cheek does it. Mary Rivera, a very smart player. And she is also kind of a player that I always feel like is in the right position to take those charges.
Only a junior.
Yeah, no, this is a junior-heavy Washington team. That's where the strength of their program is in that junior class.
There is only one senior on this Washington club. 3-pointer from the right wing for Adams, no good. Rebounded by Hardy, gets it to Michaels, shoots it from the elbow, and that's good. Michaela Michaels off the bench gets the first 2 points for the Patriots. 5:15 left in this first quarter. Ball brings it up, tries to get it inside, and over the head of Fling. Didn't see it coming. She actually ducked out of the way. It was going to hit her in the head.
Yeah, you mentioned that Addison Skinner, the one senior. She's been a part of some good Washington teams here in the past. I believe these are new uniforms for the Patriots, too. So
staying in the zone. It's a turnover, stolen by Tori Henry. She tries to bring the ball up. She gets it ahead. The ball off the glass and in. Gabriella Ball, 2 points. 6-2 Cardinals. Here comes Mary Rivera. Quick the other way, and one for Mary Rivera. Makes it 6-4 with 4:50 left in the first quarter. First quarter on TV 10. Brought to you by Brown Funeral Homes. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, a family-owned full-service funeral home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ransom, proudly serving our area since 1880, and by CMA's Honda of Winchester at 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward. Mary Rivera with the free throw to complete the N1. No good. Rebounded by Bush. Spring Mills will take it up. Ball working quick. Tries to get it over. Fling. Picks up her dribble at the top of the key. Gets it over. And a layup on the left side. Goes in for Bree King. Cardinals up 8-4. 4:30 left in the quarter. Another floater from Mary Rivera is good from the elbow at the free throw line. Nice touch by the junior guard, Mary Rivera. 4 points for her, 8-6 Cardinals lead now. And it's another turnover from Ball. Tried to hit Bush, but again, not looking.
You know, and Spring Mills hasn't turned it over. They've had really good offense. The problem is they haven't consistently not turned it over. So if they can do that, I mean, yes, they have an 8-6 lead, but you know, turnovers and giving a team extra possessions is going to hurt you in the long run.
Jalen Campbell is checked in for Washington. She has it now and loses the ball. Bree King has it. She's going to try to take it all the way. Guarded by Rivera. Defense not quite good enough to stop it from going in. Bree King's got 4 points. Makes it 10-6 Cardinals. 3:38 left in the first quarter. And it'll be a turnover by Washington on the other end. Failed dribble handoff between Campbell and Rivera.
Well, another thing to point out, Dylan, is last time we saw the Spring Mills teams, we got a timeout, but they're going up against Martinsburg, who has a ton of height. Washington really doesn't have that height, so if they can get to the rim like they have been, it should be easier for them to put up points.
And let's not forget that Washington is missing their point guard tonight, Ariana Hairston, number 10, usually in the starting lineup for Washington, but not available tonight.
I think I see her in a boot, which if that's her, then that's obviously going to be probably a little while before we see her again. But she's a very good player. Hairston, Rivera, and Adams, they all usually play really well off of each other. So not having her is a big loss. And I think they're going to need other players to step up in her role. We're seeing Danielle Brum in the game now, and we're seeing some of their bench. So we'll see if maybe Jalen Campbell can step up for this Washington team and provide some scoring.
It's been the forwards of Spring Mills so far that have stepped up. Bree King and Tori Henry. King brings the ball up, gives over the ball. They get inside to Henry. Now looking over to Faith Bush, and before she can put up a shot, it's a foul on the floor. It's like first foul on number 21, Michaela Michaels. Will inbound it by King. King will get it back on the right corner, tries to drive inside, puts up a floater, no good, but Spring Mills gets the rebound. Ball tries to put up another shot, no good. Excuse me, that was Fling. It's another rebound for Spring Mills, and then finally a tie-up. Faith Bush got that rebound. But the tie-up with the possession arrow goes to Washington.
Yeah, some forced shots there by Spring Mills. Don't know what the reasoning for those were, but this zone defense has given Washington some problems.
A Lexi Adams gets it to Michaels. Now they go back to Adams at the top of the key, trying to work against this zone defense of Spring Mills. And there's a deflection by King. She's going to go the other way with it, one-on-one, puts up a shot, or she's about to put up a shot, but took 2 steps and then didn't go up with it, so that's a travel.
King's pretty talented, though. We've already seen her slash her way to the rim several times, so should be a player that continues to get better and better for Spring Mills.
2:38 left in the first quarter. Still 10-6 Cardinals. Lexi Adams tries to work inside, too strong. But the rebound by Washington, and the putback is good. That's Daniela Brum, number 23, with that one. Gets 2 points up, makes it 10-8. Bree King working inside. Now they'll get it over to Tori Henry. Back to King around the right baseline. And that mid-range jumper is good. Bree King with 6 points in the first quarter. Rivera working fast the other way. 2:05 left to go in the quarter. Lexi Adams now has it. Driving baseline, up and under, no good. It's another rebound by Brum. It's ripped away by Tori Henry. On the ground, we get a whistle. Coach Hessen wanted a timeout, I believe.
Yeah, she was trying to win the possession, I think, for her team, but it's going to be her possession anyway. So, kind of an interesting jump ball call, just because of when they called it, I guess.
About the same. We get the inbound to King. She pushes the ball up quick. Fakes a pass, tries to put up a shot. It's no good. Ball bounces around up in the air. Eventually rebounded by Brum. They'll get the ball out. Leaking out is Lexi Adams. She'll try to go up one-on-one on the break. Foul and one. Lexi Adams with her first points of the night makes it 12-10. Trying to cut this deficit back to just 1 after the free throw.
Well, I feel like the Washington guards, when they're able to get out and run, that's when they are at their best, whether that be Hairston, when she's healthy, of course, Rivera and Adams. Those three can get to the rim and finish through contact with some of the best in the state of West Virginia.
This time the M1 attempt by Washington is good. Makes it 12-11 with 1:35 left in the first quarter. Ball bringing the ball up. They swing it to the left corner for Faith Bush. Her jumper's too strong. And they'll call a travel on Spring Mills on the rebound. Bree King got the rebound and took 2 steps without a dribble.
Yeah, it was a good rebound considering, Washington didn't really box out, but then unfortunately King travels.
Washington on the other side tries to get it to Brum. She got it in the triangle spot and took it inside and got fouled on her way up. So she'll go to the line for 2 free throws.
Yeah, that was good execution by Washington, which is lacked the execution against the Spring Mills zone here early.
Brum's first free throw is good. Ties it up at 12. That was the 3rd foul on Gabriella Ball in the first quarter alone. Brum misses the 2nd. Ball bouncing around for the rebound. Spring Mills ends up with it. Now they'll push it. They get it out to King into the half court. Tries to make the pass. Hits off the legs of her teammate before going to the ground for a jump ball. Erica Simpson couldn't quite handle the pass. A little too strong. Hit off of her shins, and then she dove on it for the jump ball, but the possession error goes to Washington. Rivera brings it up. Now they work through Adams.
Dylan, every time that pass comes over here, I feel like I got a spot up.
That pass goes to Michaela Michaels in the corner. Her open 3 is no good. Spring Mills will work it back up through Tori Henry, who got the rebound. Dribble handoff to King. Now with 44 seconds left in the corner, they'll slow it down a little bit. King guarded by Rivera. Pass it to the right wing for Henry. Gets it into the elbow for Bush. And Mary Rivera takes it away. Then King steals it right back. Spring Mills keeps the ball with 30 seconds left in the quarter. Erica Simpson, left wing, 3 off the backboard, no good. Rebounded by Henry. She goes back up with it and is fouled.
Well, both teams playing hard. Both teams getting on the floor, trying to go for those loose balls. Mary Rivera came very close to taking it away from Spring Mills, but good hustle on both ends, kept that possession alive for the Cardinals, and then they're able to work their way to the free throw line.
Henry's first free throw gives the lead back to the Cardinals, 13-12, with 21.8 seconds left in the first quarter.
Henry, one of those seniors that didn't play on the varsity squad last year, but has played well here tonight.
Second free throw, no good, rebounded by Michaels. Rivera pushes it up to Adams, 15 seconds left in the quarter. The Patriots can take the last shot. Rivera gets it inside, looking for King, and it goes off her hands and out of bounds. Savannah King can't hold on to that one. 8.2 seconds left in the quarter. It's 13-12 Cardinals. And down to Henry. They'll get it up to King across half court. Gets it to the block for Faith Bush, and we'll get a tie-up. She tried to go up for the shot. Good defense by Washington. Possession arrow goes back to the Patriots. 2.4 seconds. Adams will roll it in for Rivera. Back to Adams at the buzzer, across half court. Oh, no good. Came pretty close.
It looked good from our angle, honestly.
After one quarter, Spring Mills with a strong start against the Patriots. 13-12, the Cardinals lead. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back for quarter number 2. This is EPAC Girls Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the Committee to Re-elect Craig Blair.
Back inside the Cardinal Coliseum, 13-12, Spring Mills girls basketball leads Washington through 8 minutes of play. We'll get 8 more minutes until the half. We'll start with the Patriots. Skinner inbounding it to Adams, and then right back to Skinner. As they work it around, over to the right corner for Michaels, and then inside. Ball's put up and in by Tamia Perry. 14-13, Washington takes the lead. And on the other end, it's a steal by the Patriots. Michaels ends up with that one. Adams is going to push the pace, gets inside, puts a layup up, but no good, but fouled by Erica Simpson.
Adams took a pretty tough fall there. Knocked out her ponytail.
She gets up all right, though.
Yeah, no.
First foul on Simpson.
Good take to the hole again. And, I mean, this is Washington starting to establish themselves after a tough start to this one.
Adams' second free throw of the night is good after she completed the three-point play for her first 3 points. That one gives her 4. And her second free throw is good as well, gives her 5. And it gives the Patriots a 16-13 lead, just 23 seconds into the second quarter. Cardinals will work the ball up. Bree King will be the one to walk it up. See what offense they can get going. Passes it over to Jocelyn Homer on the right wing. Finding room, tries to pass it inside, stolen by Michaels. Another turnover for the Cardinals. Now Adams works the ball up, stops at the three-point line, tries to make a floating pass, intercepted by Erica Simpson, and then she dribbles it out of bounds. So it'll stay with Washington.
Yeah, they're trying to establish something down low with Perry, who's a freshman, but kind of forced that pass and nearly led to a turnover.
Go to the left corner for Skinner. And now they get inside to Perry. But it looks like it's a travel.
Yeah, like I said earlier, this isn't a very tall Spring Mills team. Their tallest player, 5 foot, or at least that gets significant playing time, 5'9", and Faith Bush. So there was some Sampson at 6 foot. I don't think that's right. So.
Oh, Bree King breaks the ankles of Adams, pulls up for 3, no good. Rebounded, though, by Bush. That one's also off. Henry got that rebound. Now they get the King. She drives in, left side. She's fouled on the way up. I believe by Savannah King. That is who they'll call it on. It's her first foul. 6:36 until the half. 6 points in that first quarter for Bree King, and now she'll get herself up to 7 with the first free throw. Makes it 16-14. Patriots still lead. She'll put one dribble up and then put the ball up. And she goes 2 for 2 from the line. Bree King with 8 points. Cuts the Patriots lead to just 1. 6.5 minutes until halftime. Skinner works the ball inside to Hardy on the right block. Now they go back out, working the ball around all the way from right wing to left. Sonia Perry, left wing, pump fake, takes a dribble, takes a shot, no good. Rebounded by Brum. She gets the ball back out to Adams, and she'll be called for a travel.
Yeah, when she caught the pass, she kind of dragged her foot, which is usually the most common travel you see, at least at this level. But pretty good game so far, honestly, Dylan. We've seen a lot of fight from this Spring Mills team. Bree King, I think, has done some good things.
King whips the ball to Henry. Now they'll get it on the elbow to Bush. Double team comes. She passes out. Looking for room to maneuver. Homer to King. Now to the right block for Bush. She's trying to fight. Washington going for the jump ball. Can't quite get it. They kick it out to Homer for 3. No good. The rebound is made by Henry. And then Washington comes down on her for the loose ball foul.
And it seems like Spring Mills is getting a ton of offensive rebounds. So Washington has to, do a better job boxing out and not ball watching when a shot goes up. You got to find somebody and put a body on them.
First foul on Brum. Working the ball to Henry. She loses control of it. Can't quite secure it. Brum gets it and travels on the way back.
Yep, she hesitated on making a pass to her teammate because I don't think they were looking, and then that led to her traveling. So tough one there because you made a good play, but then kind of made a tough play that turned into a turnover.
Spring Mills works the ball to the left corner through Simpson. Now to the left block for King. She slings it out back to the top of the key for Faith Bush. Now King will get it back, guarded by Rivera. Tries to drive inside with the left. Dishes it to Henry. She loses it, but Washington can't secure it, so it'll stay with Spring Mills. .508 left in the second quarter. King inbounds to a wide open Bush from 3 in the corner. Faith Bush gives the lead back to the Cardinals, 18-16.
That's what you need from Bush. She's your experienced player. She can step up and make some big shots. It could help this team be competitive.
Adams cross court to Perry. She gets inside. Bullies her way for 2. Ties it back up at 18.
Perry has some potential as helping this team establish that low post game. We talked about their guard play.
3 from Jocelyn Homer, no good. Rebound by Washington. Trying to fight to keep it is Madison Hardy. Now she gets it to Rivera, and it'll be Mary Rivera pushing the pace. Guarded by Bush. She loses it. Stolen by Tori Henry. And she got hit in the face and just gave the ball up. Washington got it back. Rivera got it to Brum, and a foul as she goes up for the shot.
If Brum made that on the and one, that would be one for the highlight reel for both Rivera and Brum, with the hustle from Rivera to even keep that ball in bounds and then find a teammate as well was pretty impressive.
Second quarter on TV 10, brought to you by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg, and Orsini's.com. First free throw is missed. Second quarter Also brought to you in part by Craig Blair for State Senate, the Eastern Panhandle's first and only Senate President and Lieutenant Governor, a fiscal and social conservative who's making West Virginia great again by cutting taxes and creating jobs. Re-elect Craig Blair in 2024. Second free throw from Brum is good. Makes it 19-18 Washington. On the other end, Erica Simpson trying to work in the low post. Ends up traveling with the ball. I think she might have got bumped. She thought it should have been a foul. It got knocked her off balance. Not enough contact for the foul, but she gets the travel. Lexi Adams works the ball inside from the top of the key. Floater, no good. Rebounded by Sanaya Wyand. Ball goes out of bounds and will stay with Washington. I shouldn't say it'll stay with Washington. Spring Mills had the possession and then turned it over.
Yeah, there Homer and Bush just kind of looked at each other, and neither of them went for the ball. I think they thought it was off of Washington, but they probably should have went for it and tried to keep it for their possession, but Washington gives it right back, so I guess it didn't matter.
Skinner tries to inbound to Rivera. It tips off the hands of Rivera and Homer. Going out of bounds.
Okay, apparently it is Washington ball.
Yeah, the official is going to say that it hit Rivera, then Homer, then went out of bounds.
What is going on?
Rivera inbounds at the Hardy. Over to Brum on the right block. She puts up 2 for 2 more points. Danielle Brum with 6 points already. 21-18 Washington leads Spring Mills. 3:35 left until halftime.
That's a strange inbound.
Went very quick.
Oh, it was just like super delayed for a moment, and then all of a sudden Rivera's going like right away.
True. King tries to make a tough pass. It bounces off of a body or two and goes out of bounds, and it'll be Washington ball. King puts a lot of oomph on those passes, and I don't think her teammates are always ready for it.
Yeah, no, I mean,
but she does also try to fit it into some real tight windows that only Patrick Mahomes could probably get them into. Left corner 3 is good from Jalen Campbell.
I think that's the one thing that King could do a little bit better is slow it down just a little bit. If she slows it down, she could be really good.
On the other end, Homer goes up wild with it. Draws the foul, though. 3:03 left in the second quarter.
Her speed is definitely a strength of hers because it helps her get to the rim. But sometimes she's going a little bit too fast. So she just knows when to accelerate and work on some of those things. I think we've seen already that she could be a real solid player. And she's only a junior and doesn't have a ton of varsity experience. So she'll get better. I think the Spring Mills team has already gotten a lot better since the Martinsburg game based on how they're playing tonight.
First free throw from Jocelyn Homer is good. Cuts what was Washington's biggest lead of 6 down to 5, and now cut it to 4. 24-20 with 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Washington gets it inside to Brum again. Her shot is blocked, I believe, but Skinner gets the rebound. Gets it to Rivera. She makes a dish after the drive. Campbell now has it on the left corner. She puts up a shot as she drives the baseline, and it's good. Jalen Campbell with 5 points now, leads back up to 6. The dish by King. Over to Sanaya Wyand. 2 points.
I mean, that time she took a little bit more time with making her pass and made a great pass down low to keep Spring Mills in this game, Dylan. It's only a 4-point game.
26-22. As it looks like we're going to have a jump ball as Brum had it inside. Erica Simpson was able to get her hands on it. Possession arrow is to Spring Mills, I believe, unless they already changed it. Nope, that is the case.
Yeah, no, they shouldn't change it until the inbound occurs.
Here comes a bit of full court pressure again. Really just Mary Rivera down there against King. 2:10 left to go in the half. Here comes Henry inside trying to drive. She's able to draw another foul. Then we'll go to number 15, Lexi Adams, her first foul. Tori Henry puts up the free throw, and it's good, giving her 6 points, cutting the lead of Washington to just 3. She'll put up another one. Banks that one home. A little late for the bank to be open, but Henry doesn't care. 7 points for her. 26-24, 2 minutes until halftime.
You know the bank stayed open later in Spring Mills did.
I guess it does. Mary Rivera, top of the key, works it towards the left corner. Lexi Adams, ball fake, drives the baseline, draws the foul. She put up the floater. That one will go against Jocelyn Homer. That's her second foul. Lexi Adams with 5 points already. And her first free throw hits the front of the rim. Stays a 2-point lead for Washington right now. Spring Mills cheerleaders trying to cause a little bit of distraction on the baseline right in front of Adams, but it doesn't work for the second free throw. 6 points for Adams. It's 27-24. Patriots over Cardinals. Simpson. Here's a deflection, a steal by Rivera, but she had to pass it, save it from going out of bounds. Spring Mills ended up with it. On the other end, it's wide for the shot and blocked by Campbell out of bounds. Spring Mills keeps the ball with 1:32 left in the half. King will inbound. Gets it in to Henry. She gets it back to King towards the baseline. She puts up a shot, no good. Here comes Washington the other way. Lexi Adams, 3-on-2, pulls up from the elbow. It's good. Lexi Adams makes it 29-24. 1:15 left to go in the half. Erica Simpson needs to get the ball across half court. And a timeout is called. She picked up her dribble. That wasn't a good situation. Good timeout from Coach Hessen. We'll take the timeout with them for 30 seconds. EPAC Girls Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna call my parents. Dad, come over. The brisket's done.
The Traeger Connected Experience. Everything you need for epic flavor, and then some.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
29-24. Washington Patriots currently lead the Spring Mills Cardinals in the EPAC girls action. Here from the Cardinal Coliseum of Spring Mills High School. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini with you for this one. Colin McLaughlin back in the studio. Aiden Sensabaugh, our cameraman, on TV 10. Nick, this has been a pretty good one so far. It's been sloppy play from both sides, but it's been close.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been a good battle. Spring Mills is playing tough. Washington has had some moments where they've looked like the team we kind of expect them to be, but I also think this matchup is much more favorable for a team like Spring Mills. They don't have a ton of height, neither does Washington, so they can kind of compete a little bit better. Yes, both teams have been sloppy, but I think overall it's been a pretty entertaining girls basketball game here for the first half, and we got a little bit of time left here before halftime. We'll see if anybody's able to separate themselves and build some momentum heading into half two.
Tori Henry lost her balance near the baseline, stepped out of bounds. Washington has it. There's a floater from Jalen Campbell, no good. It'll go out of bounds off of Spring Mills and stay with the Patriots with 49.1 seconds until halftime. Skinner will inbound. Looks deep for Rivera, intercepted by Bree King. She goes one-on-one, spins, and they'll call the travel. She tried to drop step and spin and get the layup, but didn't do it quite the right way. The official made the call.
Yeah, I thought it was a carry more so than a travel, but either way.
Mary Rivera, 4-3. Deep one from the right wing. makes it 32-24. And Rivera's going to steal the inbounds pass. Gets it to Adams. She's going to go up with it. A nice play to get a hand in there by Tori Henry. I think threw that shot off. Spring Mills with it with 15 seconds left. Bree King runs into Campbell. And she'll get the foul call. Again, 32-24 is our score. 14.6 until the half.
And Coach Edwards here reminding his team you don't want to pick up another foul. But yeah, that was already the 5th. So.
Yep, it's the bonus for Spring Mills. Bree King's first free throw is good. Makes it 32-25. And her second one bounces in as well. King has 10 points. Here we go, 11 seconds left. Washington looking for the last shot. Adams to Skinner for 3. It's good! 35-26, 3-2-1. King won't get the shot off before the buzzer. So Washington will go into the half up 35-26. To the last three-pointer there for Addison Skinner, her first 3 points on the night. We'll take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm halftime show. It's the EPAC Girls Basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
The W.B. Rockefeller Neuroscience Institute Martinsburg clinics will be moving to a new location beginning January 9th. Our RNI team is moving to a larger custom-designed suite on the 3rd floor of the Spring Mills Medical Office Building at 61 Campus Drive. Teams that will be moving include physical medicine and rehabilitation, neurosurgery, and neurology. We look forward to welcoming new patients at our new location on January 9th. For more info, call 304-596-5038.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Welcome into the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm halftime show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, brought to you by the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com. Here at halftime, it's 35-26. Spring Mills trailing the Washington Patriots. Let's get you our first half stats. Brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect, offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. First of all, for the home team, Spring Mills, 2 points from Gabriella Ball, 3 points from Faith Bush, 2 from Jocelyn Homer, and 2 from Sanaya Wyand. And then the big-time contributors, 7 points for Tori Henry and 10 points for Bree King. For Washington, it's been 2 points for Tamia Perry, 2 points for Michaela Michaels, 3 points for Addison Skinner, 5 points for Jalen Campbell, 6 points for Danielle Brum, 9 points for Mary Rivera, and 8 points for Lexi Winston. Nick, some quick thoughts on the first half before we throw it to Colin in the studio.
It's a good first half of basketball. I feel like Spring Mills battled throughout the game. I thought they had some good stretches where they were able to get to the rim and score and play well. Washington, toward the end of that first half, started hitting some jumpers, started hitting some three-pointers. If that continues, I think they'll have a great chance to pull away and continue to play good basketball. But if Spring Mills can get out on them and contest those shots, they can stay in this game.
All right, with that, we'll take a 2-minute break, and on the other side of that, you'll hear from Colin McLaughlin back in the studio with the And One Halftime Scoreboard Show. Give you a quick roundup of things around the sports world as we're 6 minutes away from the second half here. This is EPAC Girls Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, shrimp nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
At Carter Myers Automotive, what we do today will tomorrow become what we've done. That's why Owners Just Do More no longer defines us. Our work is never done because what we live by doesn't have a finish line. We care. Our company of owners is moving lives forward every day by finding more ways to care before, during, and after your purchase. Because when you're happy, so are we. Carter Myers Automotive. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Welcome into the And One Halftime Scoreboard Show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube at the half. It is Washington leading Spring Mills here in high school girls basketball. One other game in action, but it doesn't start until 7:30 tonight, so no score update for you on the girls' side of things, as it is Jefferson playing host to Musselman. Tomorrow, 2 varsity games in action. It is Musselman at Jefferson, Spring Mills at Washington. Also, almost forgot a third one, so my apologies there. It is East Hardy at Martinsburg in girls basketball as well. So 2 boys games and 1 girls game tomorrow. We will have coverage of Spring Mills at Washington tomorrow for you. 7:30 p.m. tip, 7 p.m. pregame coverage for that boys basketball game. And then tonight at 7:30, it is the College Football Playoff National Championship presented by AT&T between number 1 Michigan and number 2 Washington. That starts at 7:30 on ESPN. That wraps things up here. Again, Washington leading Spring Mills at the half. We'll step aside, take another 2-minute break, and send it back to Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini with the second half at the Cardinal Coliseum. This is West Virginia High School Girls Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at FordofHagerstown.com or HancockChevy.com.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
Welcome back to the Cardinal Coliseum here. About 15 seconds away from the buzzer sounding to signal the start of the second half. 35-26, the Patriots of Washington High School lead the Spring Mill Cardinals. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Like you said during the halftime show, Nick, pretty interesting first half that we had. Washington pulled away a little bit as the half ended with some three-pointers. But overall, pretty competitive.
Yeah, I think Spring Mills has shown some abilities to do some things to get Washington off their game. I think their zone defense was pretty effective early. Can they stay in that zone throughout the entire game? I'm not sure, because Washington did start to hit some threes. On the Washington side, they got to keep Spring Mills off the glass. It seems like Spring Mills is getting a lot of extra opportunities with their offensive rebounding. If they can do a better job of that and continue to break down this zone defense, they should be okay. But overall, pretty entertaining first half.
Washington starts the half with the ball. Three-pointer from Skinner. It's an air ball, no good. Rebounded by Spring Mills. And the Cardinals will try to push the pace. Here comes Bree King. 2-on-2 fast break. Pass off the mark, but Fling is able to save it before it goes out of bounds. Spring Mills has spent a lot of this game so far without Gabriella Ball, who picked up 3 early fouls in the first quarter. Faith Bush has it, trapped near the baseline, gets it to King, swung back to Bush, guarded by Adams, looking for room to maneuver. Can't quite find it. They're going to throw it back out to Henry. Dribble handoff to King. Good defense from Mary Rivera, forces the travel.
Wasn't really sure if she ever really had possession, but that whole possession was very weird for Spring Mills. They were just stuck in this left corner the entire time. Got to reverse the basketball and work it around the perimeter a little bit better.
Mary Rivera drives, kicks to Hardy. Seemed like it could have been a block at first, but they'll get the foul call. There's just a little half-second hesitation there where on the whistle that.
I thought she hit her wrist. I
thought she did too, but I thought maybe she
was
going to get away with it.
I don't know if that was a shot, though, was it? I guess it could have been.
I think it was.
Yeah.
They're rolling at one at the very
Where the
least.
ball ended up made it seem like a pass, but I guess with the foul.
Madison Hardy goes to the free throw line, gets her first point of the night on the first free throw. Third quarter on TV 10, brought to you in part by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to FordofHagerstown.com. Also brought to you by Smallwood & Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive. You call them at 304-263-3361. Second free throw from Hardy, no good. Think they'll get a lane violation. Actually, yep.
It wasn't
so
good though,
regardless,
anyway, but
full court pressure from Washington to open things up. Spring Mills breaks the press. King over to Sampson. And she'll throw up that shot, and it's no good. Rebounded by Tamia Perry. Lexi Adams Running the floor, gets to Skinner. Back to Adams. Left wide open for three. She takes a dribble and then takes a pass to Skinner. No good again. Mary Rivera runs in for the rebound off the bounce. She takes a three and she knocks it down. Mary Rivera. Big game so far, up 12 points. She gets a steal and draws a foul. Mary Rivera all over the court. The second time in this game that she's hit a three-pointer and then gone and immediately stole the inbounds pass.
Yeah, when she gets going, she can really make a lot of plays, whether it be with her jump shot or her ability to use her speed and quickness to get to the rim / steal passes. There, poor pass off the inbound, or off after she got the inbound, but overall, been a good game for Rivera.
Yep, so the ball goes back to Spring Mills. Tori Henry trying to work the ball up. She bounces off the leg of Adams, goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Cardinals. Looks like Sanaya Garrison getting some minutes for the first time. Here's a steal by Adams. Here she goes on the fast break, and she's fouled by Garrison. Garrison came speeding in from behind. Make that play. So Lexi Adams with 8 points in the first half will go to the line, try to get 2 more.
I feel like Spring Mills has kind of needed a timeout here. They're now down 13. They're sending Adams to the line.
Adams makes the first.
Washington has done a good job of forcing some turnovers, kind of getting Spring Mills in a little bit of a funk. You don't want it to get too far out of reach before you try to slow down the run. So I'd think about one here.
Second one from Adams is good. Adams steals the inbound. And then she loses it. Goes into the hands of Grace Fling. She brings it up the court. And she'll put one up off the glass and good for 2 points. First 2 of the night for Grace Fling. Makes it 41-28. Washington the other way. Rivera to Perry. And Perry travels.
Yeah, besides the travel there, though, it does seem like Washington's got a little bit more pep in their step here in this third period.
Garrison inbounds it to Henry. They'll get it up to Fling. Breaking the press again. Sampson takes a three from the right side. No good. Rebounded by Perry. 5.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Here comes Addison Skinner with the ball. Gets it over to Rivera. Now in the corner for Adams. And they'll work it back around to Rivera, who pulls up from three. No good. Pretty close. Bounces up in the air, though, to Faith Bush. Henry pushes the ball up. From Fling to Garrison, and out of bounds and off of Garrison. Spring Mills tried to get a fast break going, and it didn't quite work out.
Yeah, heat check from Rivera doesn't go. But, I mean, it seems like she's kind of got in a little bit of a zone, making some steals, knocking down some good-looking jumpers. So
5:05 left in the third. Adams with the top of the key, gets it to Addison Skinner on the right wing, takes a three, no good, but it rebounds out to Mary Rivera.
And now this half, Washington seems to be dominating the offensive glass.
It's like Spring Mills has gone from a 3-2 zone to a 2-3. Adams tries to work her way into the middle. Floater no good. Ball's on the ground. So are Brum and Sampson. It's a jump ball. It'll go to the Cardinals. Still 41-28. Washington leads. Garrison inbounding for the Cardinals. It's stolen by Campbell. Gets it to Rivera. She spins in the lane. Loses the ball. Brum tries to dive on it again. Spring Mills ends up with it, though. The pass by Sampson is too far in front of everybody, and the last one back is Rivera, so she takes it back for the Patriots. Adams, left block for Perry, and they'll get Perry for the travel. Took 2 steps after picking up her dribble. Didn't quite pass it right away. She was trying to, it looked like, but didn't quite get rid of it.
Yeah, could have almost been a foul, too.
Could have potentially been. There's a little bit of a bump there. And Grace Flynn guarded closely by Adams and Rivera on the trap attempt in the backcourt. Ball hits out off the foot of Rivera.
It does feel like when Washington's got it inside, Spring Mills has done a pretty good job of collapsing on the post
Working outside is Ball. Now Bush, top of the key. They'll get it into the post. Entry pass is stolen by Campbell, and then Spring Mills gets the steal right back. Torrey Henry. Great when it comes to trying to steal the ball away tonight. But now it goes back to Washington after the missed shot. Alexi Adams fouled on the floor by Sampson. Second foul on Erica Sampson. 3:53 left in the third quarter. Adams will inbound to Rivera. Working against the 2-3 zone. Rivera pulls up. A little too strong. Rebounded by Sampson. And Spring Mills will try to work it up. Faith Bush across the timeline. Moving right to left. Now Ball has it, top of the key, guarded by Rivera. She's trying to drive in the lane, blocked by Brum. Now they'll call foul. .331 left to go in the third quarter. They will call that foul on Brum. Her second. Team's first the quarter. First free throw by Ball is a miss. 2 points on the night for Gabriella Ball. Again, she picked up 3 fouls in the first quarter, so didn't see really any more playing time in the first half. Her second one is good. Makes it 41-29. Rivera brings the ball up, kicks it to Adams. Now Campbell top of the key. Rivera on the right wing. Trying to work the ball around the outside against the zone. Campbell now drives the ball inside from the left wing. And as she tries to kick the ball out, she traveled as well. .312 left in the quarter. Mary Rivera stealing another inbounds pass. She'll work the ball, kicks it out to Jalen Campbell. Campbell tries to get it back to her. A little bit of a bobble between the two. Rivera ends up with it, drives, kicks. Lexi Adams, 3 from the left wing. Lexi Adams with 13 points. Gives the Patriots a 15-point lead. Spring Mills going fast again. Ball worked up to Grace Fling. Her layup is no good. As they try to break the press, they work fast. Speeding up the Cardinals is Washington. Inside. Savannah King gets the ball stolen from her. She deflects a pass on the other end as the Cardinals tried to work it quick again in transition. So Washington gets a steal right back. Campbell has it on the right corner. They try to get it into the post for Brum. Ball pops out from between her legs. It'll be a jump ball as Bush dove on it, as well as Sampson for Spring Mills. Michaela Michaels is getting ready to check in for Washington as the next stoppage. Mary Rivera off the baseline inbounds. Her floater is good. 14 for Mary Rivera. Makes it 46-29.
Yeah, nice running floater from Rivera, and
she's made a few of those tonight.
Yeah. And I mean, the game is just getting really sloppy, especially on the Spring Mills side, but even Washington's had some issues. Hopefully these teams can pick up the level of play a little bit with just like good execution. Because even when teams have put the ball in the basket, it feels like in the second half there's just been a lot of weird things that have led to the basket. So there's been some good stretches, but
Ball drove in and drew another foul to go to the free throw line again. Her first free throw is good. Gives her 4 on the night, makes it 40-36, or excuse me, 46-30.
I don't know if either coach would be happy with their team's offensive execution.
Yeah, a lot of turnovers from both sides tonight. Washington's been able to knock down some threes to extend
kind of
this one.
Those. But
Ball second free throw, bounces around, no good. Rebounded by Sampson to keep the possession with the Cardinals. But before she could get rid of it, some tough defense, she travels.
Well, it's just been way too many travels on both sides. So
1:52 left in the quarter. Washington retakes possession. Rivera blows by her defender, tries to get another floater up, and is fouled as she does so. She'll go to the line for 2.
Those are the turnovers that really bother you, as I feel like as a coach, is unforced errors. So travels, throwing the ball out of bounds when nobody really is, contesting you.
It's the third foul on Erica Sampson. First free throw from Rivera hits short off the rim.
I mean, all turnovers are bad, but it's kind of like false starts in football, right? Like, it's still a bad penalty no matter what penalty you get, but when it's a mental mistake or just not playing the sport right in terms of, traveling, then that stuff is just frustrating.
47-30 now. Second free throw from Rivera is good, and then we'll get another travel by Spring Mills. 1:38 left in the quarter. Michaels will inbound from the sideline. Spring Mills guarding Rivera full court with ball. She brings it across the court, gets it to Brum. Now a dribble handoff to Campbell. Swing it to King, back to Rivera. She's looking for room to maneuver. Ball ends up in the hands of Brum, left side. Contact as she dribbles in from Sampson, draws her 4th foul. Erica Sampson. I believe 3 of those have been in this quarter.
Yep. 5th on Spring Mills, so we're shooting 1-1. Double bonus. With minute 20 here in this third quarter, and see Washington, they need to take advantage of this opportunity with the 5 fouls, but overall, they played pretty well to pull away. Definitely a lot of things I still feel like both teams could work on, but have a 17-point lead here.
Brum misses the first and hits the second.
After a really slow start. And Spring Mills has still shown some good things. It's just too many turnovers.
7 points on the night for Danielle Brum. 1:11 left in the third quarter. Spring Mills works the ball in the half court. Lexi Adams goes for the steal, doesn't quite get it. Ball with off 1 foot is able to get rid of it. Henry tries to put up a shot, trying to draw a foul, doesn't get it. 1 minute to go. Washington works back the other way. Adams kicks to Campbell, 3, no good. Ball bounces around. It'll go out of bounds, and the possession goes to Spring Mills.
Well, that was a possession there. That Washington got what it wanted, got a good look from 3, just couldn't knock it down. So a little bit better execution there.
45 seconds left in the quarter. Here comes Spring Mills the other way. And the ball attempted to be passed into the right block. Bounces off of Wyand and out of bounds.
I can't really remember the last time Spring Mills got a shot off, it feels like.
Right. Washington the other way. Here comes Adams. Drives quickly in the lane, but too strong. Didn't control herself on the way, so Spring Mills gets the rebound, comes back the other way. Ball dribbles it off of her own foot. Wow. Brum gets the steal, but then ball forces the jump ball. Brum gets help from her teammates to get up off the floor. 25.8 seconds left in the quarter.
She hit the floor pretty hard, but luckily she seems okay.
They'll inbound it to Ball, guarded by Campbell. She'll get a screen, switch. Adams guards her now. And the pass attempt to Henry, stolen by Michaels. She'll dribble the other way, puts the layup up. Tried to put it up with the left hand, and she just threw it behind the backboard. Couldn't tell if it was touched a little bit on the way up by Spring Mills to force her to throw it out of bounds on the shot attempt. But either way, the ball goes out of bounds and goes to the Cardinals. 10 seconds left in the quarter. They break the press. Faith Bush with 7 on the clock. Get it to Fling. Now to Henry. 3-2. Pull up by Henry. Three's no good off the right side of the rim. With that, we'll go to quarter number 4 with an 18-point lead for Washington, doubling up the lead that they had at halftime. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back with quarter number 4. This is EPAC Girls Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
The high school girls basketball season is here, featuring the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference.
Adams pump fakes, finds Rivera. Rivera for 3 to tie it. It's good. We're tied at 43.
Join us for the 2023-2024 season, as we'll have over 12 games of EPAC Girls Hoops. Our first broadcast is December 13th, and we'll take you all the way to the regional championship. It's EPAC Girls Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Start of the fourth quarter here at Spring Mills. It's 48-30. Washington leading the Cardinals. Coming in here, trying to get the road victory to start 2-0 in EPAC play. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini here on the call. Colin McLaughlin back in the studio. Aiden Sensabaugh on the camera on TV 10. Washington starts the quarter with the ball. Adams tries to kick that one in to Tanaya Perry. And she's able to do so. Tamia Perry, gets her third and fourth points of the night. 50-30 is our score now, and Spring Mills turns it over the other way. Here comes Mary Rivera off the steal. She pulls up from 3. No good. Ball bounces off into the hands of Lexi Adams. She pulls up after a dribble from long 2. No good. Rebounded by the Cardinals. Going the other way, here comes Bree King. I think that sure was charge drawn by Lexi Adams. Bree King coming down the lane. Adams got those feet set perfectly in place.
Yeah, I mean, King plays hard. She goes quick to the rim, but Adams with the smart play to get in the positioning, take the charge. 20-point lead here for Washington. I feel like they've played better as the game has gone on. And when they get into their sets, they look pretty good. But
Rivera was guarded closely by King.
The zone gave them some issues early. They've gone man a lot more recently to try to speed up the play, I feel like, on the Spring Mills side.
Rivera got into the lane but dribbled it off the foot of a Spring Mills player, so baseline inbound.
Well, they're hoping that Perry, I feel like, can be their post presence this year, which is something that they don't have a ton of. I mean, she's not the tallest player out on the court, but she seems to post up pretty well, standing at 5'8", only a freshman, so she may still grow a little bit, but has decent ball handling too for a post player. So
and Perry off the inbounds pass, got the pass on the block, drew a foul, and just went 2 of 2 from the free throw line to make it 52-30. Washington leads. Bree King coming fast the other way like usual, and this time her layup attempt is good.
See if Coach Edwards goes to his bench here soon. But I think for Washington too, like, they're a team that had some tough losses at the beginning of the season. So at this point, they're trying to kind of, I guess, still build some momentum, still build some success, and see that success out on the floor. Because when you have really bad losses, you can get down as a team. But when you play as well as they're going to in terms of final score here tonight, then you want to stay out on the floor and work on some things.
Alexi Adams traveled on the other end. Spring Mills has the ball after Washington just deflected it out of bounds. Nice play by Nick Verzolini to stop the ball there.
Yeah, maybe not the best play I ever had because I jammed my finger pretty bad, but I'll be all right.
It wasn't coming at you that fast, Nick. What happened?
I don't know. I was just swatting at it with one hand, Should have put – I'm fine now.
You're not in your prime anymore.
Oh, 25 is still your prime, Dylan. Gosh. I'm not an NFL running back.
I don't know. Sometimes I think once you get past 22, the body starts breaking down. So maybe that's just me, though.
Yeah, probably.
It might just be me. 52-32.
It's probably everyone.
6:03 left in the quarter. It might be. I don't know.
My back's been hurting since we've been sitting in these bleachers, but I feel like just normal.
My back's been hurting for 4 years, Nick. And I'm 26 years old. Put that shot up. No good from Rivera. Coming the other way is Spring Mills. Layup. No good by Ball. Spring Mills still has it, though. And now they do not. Addison Skinner finally comes up with it. Rivera the other way. Kicks it out to the corner for Adams. 3, no good. Rebounded by King, though. First shot, no good. And I'm surprised we didn't get a tie up there on the attempt at that rebound. A nice throw down the field to Bree King from Gabriella Ball. The Cardinals with a play there against Washington, and see if Michigan can replicate some stuff like that against a different Washington tonight in the national championship game of football. Looked like more like a Michael Penix to Romeo Dunze than the other side of that matchup, but 52-34 is our score. Shot from Skinner, no good. Adams saves it from going out of bounds. King's attempt, no good. Now here comes the Cardinals the other way. And she stepped out of bounds. 4:49 left to go. Let's get you fourth quarter sponsor, TV10. Fourth quarter, brought to you in part by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons. Washington inbounds to the other way, up by 18, 52-34. 4:40 left to go in the game. They work it around. Skinner on the left wing. Guarded closely. Double team comes. She gets rid of it. Campbell, top of the key, works it over to Michaels on the right wing. Here comes Lexi Adams cutting inside. Ball's knocked away by a ball and then off the leg of Adams. Possession goes to the Cardinals. 4.5 minutes left. Pushing the ball up is Spring Mills again. And this pass is stolen by Adams. Fast break the other way. She'll try to get two more for herself. Off the glass, too strong. Rebounded by King. Pushes the pace again. Wide open up the floor. Tori Henry passing the ball to Gabby Ball. And a travel by Washington the other way. It was a 2-0 fast break for Tori Henry and Gabby
she
Ball.
did kind of catch the ball in a weird spot under the rim, but still.
I guess she did. Well,
I like the unselfish play. She's going for the triple-double, maybe.
Henry has 8 points. Ball only had 4 up to that point.
Yeah, help your teammates out.
Inbound by Spring Mills after the travel. Shot put up by Fling, no good. Rebounded by Washington. They'll go the other way. And the ball is lost by Campbell, stolen by Bree King. She'll put up a shot, and it's good. Bree King up to 14 points, cutting the lead to 14 points for Washington. Mary Rivera going fast the other way. Another floater. Tough one that time from Rivera. It's good. Rivera leading the way for all sides with 17 points. Tori Henry wanted the 3, thought differently about it. 3:20 left to go in the fourth quarter. 16-point lead for the Washington Patriots. And a nice play made there by Skinner. She had her hand on the ball for a second. And I guess to say the ball that she had a hand on was Gabriella Ball and not the basketball. So it's a foul. 3:14 left to go. It's second foul on Skinner. Fourth quarter on TV 10 also brought to you by the Larry DeMarco team at Modern Realty Results. If you're looking for a home in the tri-state, they have you covered. Ball knocked out of bounds again, 3:06 on the clock. Working the ball around the Cardinals. Gabby Ball comes off the screen, hits a three-pointer. Giving herself 9 points. 54-41 is now the lead for Washington. Here comes Rivera the other way, working against Ball. Makes the nice pass to Brum. She can't hit the shot, though. Gets the rebound. And her second attempt, she's fouled on it. By Tori Henry, I believe. That is who they'll call it against. Tori Henry's third foul with 2:46 left to go in the game. Brum with 7 points on the night. Has made one free throw so far. Missed one, and she'll miss another. Make it 1 for 3 from the line for Brum. Stays a 13-point lead for the Patriots. Her second shot is good. So I believe just like the first time at the line, misses the first and hits the second. And King, I believe on the other end, may have been hiding behind the official.
I don't know. She did kind of come out of nowhere.
When I looked down, there was a pass, from the backcourt up to the front court, as Spring Mills has done a lot tonight, and it looked like King was popping out from behind the official there. I don't know if she was there for a minute, keeping herself hidden away from Washington, or if she had just gotten there. But she gets the ball, draws a foul. First free throw is no good. Second one also doesn't go. Uncharacteristic 0 for 2 trip to the line. Mary Rivera pulls up, quick three on the other end. Rebound by Michaela Michaels. And they're going to have to call her for a double dribble.
Well, Spring Mills is making it close, or at least respectable here. 55-41 isn't too bad, and there's a lot of time left. If they can close out strong, you never know.
Fling drives, kicks it to King. King picks up her dribble behind the three-point line. Inside, the ball goes to Faith Bush. She's fouled on her shot attempt by Brum. The fourth foul on Brum with 2:13 left to go in this one. First free throw from Bush. Hits off the side of the rim. No good. Bush has just 3 points on the night. Second shot is good. Cuts the lead to 13, 55-42 with 2:10 left to go now. Rivera, once again, moving fast. Kicks the ball out in the left wing for Skinner. Three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Michaels. She'll try to kick the ball out. And I think just like last time, she got the rebound, dribbled, picked it up, dribbled again. So another turnover. 2 minutes to go. And see what the whistle here was. If it's a foul. Yep, we'll say it is. Call that one on Michaels. Her second. Spring Mills inbounds again. Henry trying to find room to work, kicks it to King. She drives inside. Foul. And that should be on Brum, and that should be Brum's fifth. It is indeed. So it looks like it'll be Tamia Perry checking in for Brum.
She's played pretty well.
8 points. Danielle Brum given a little bit more size to Washington. Gotten some rebounds, gotten some points up on the board. Contributed to the lead that they have here. King's first free throw is no good.
Yeah, I mean, neither team has a ton of height, so that will be interesting to see how they match up with some of the taller teams around the area, around the state. But
Second one also no good. 0 for 4 in the last 4 attempts from the line is King. Rebounded by Spring Mills, though. Bush gets another offensive rebound. Puts up that shot, and it's in. 5 points for Faith Bush. And as the lead's been cut to just 11, with 1:37 left in the game, we get a timeout from Washington. We'll take a 30-second break with them. This is EPAC Girls Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
The high school girls basketball season is here, featuring the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference.
Adams pump fakes, finds Rivera. Rivera for 3 to tie it. It's good. We're tied at 43.
Join us for the 2023-2024 season, as we'll have over 12 games of EPAC Girls Hoops. Our first broadcast is December 13th, and we'll take you all the way to the regional championship. It's EPAC Girls Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Back out of the timeout by Washington. It's 55-44. Patriots leading the Cardinals. Here with just 97 seconds left in this one.
Well, if I'm Coach Edwards in Washington, I'm not really happy with how you closed out this game. You should still be all right, up 11 with a minute 37, but it just seems like they kind of went to, okay, we're up big, let's go get my points. And instead of, working what would be a smart offense of trying to take good shots only, layups only, and that's what they're probably going to go into here, but I don't know. I feel like there was some selfish play at times, and that kind of allowed Spring Mills back into the game. And now another turnover, so it's still not over. Minute 26, up 11.
A tight defense from Ball against Rivera forced her to kind of fall off balance and fall out of bounds. And on the other side, Spring Mills almost loses it. Saved by Fling to keep it in bounds. Clock down to 1:15 on the right wing. Bush has it. Wanted to pull up from 3. Couldn't quite do it. Pass inside from King to Henry. She's fouled as she tries to put the shot up. 1:07 left to go. Tori Henry, with 7 points on the night, will try to cut this lead to single digits. And Henry will make the first. Gives her 8 on the night. Makes the lead just 10, 55-45. Second one, no good. Rebound. Ball bouncing around a little bit, goes out of bounds off of Spring Mills with 1:05 left to go. Full court pressure from Spring Mills, down 10 with 1:05 left, and they'll say it's a foul before the ball is inbounded by Gabby Ball against Rivera, so it'll be 2 shots on the other end for Mary Rivera, who leads the way. 17 points on the night.
Yeah, she's had a good game. Really doing a lot of different things, creating for her teammates, getting steals, shooting the ball well from the perimeter. So I think Mary Rivera's definitely been, a standout player here tonight and a good nominee for our player of the game.
Up to 18 points with that first free throw being made. The second one also up and good. So the Washington lead is back up to 12 with 1:05 left. Comes Spring Mills the other way. Trying to get it inside quick. Got it inside to Fling. Puts up a shot and is fouled by Rivera. Fling will go to the line for 2 shots. Try to get the lead back to 10 like it just was. First shot is good.
If you're Washington, too, here, you do not want to foul. That's really the last thing you want to do in these kind of situations, because the clock is stopped and they get 2 opportunities to put up points on the board.
Second one, no good, but a big-time rebound by King to keep it with the Cardinals. Ball gets the ball inside. Shot is too strong off the backboard. Deflected out of bounds off the rebound attempt. Stays with Spring Mills. 53.1 seconds left. Still an 11-point deficit.
Yeah, the other thing you need to do is rebound. You have got to box out and get a rebound here. Well, now you get a turnover.
Yep, stolen off the inbound by Washington.
It'll be interesting to see the official turnover numbers, the official rebounding numbers here tonight, because it's just been kind of a weird game with all the turnovers we've seen. No reason to take a shot unless it's a layup. And even at this point, really no reason to shoot at all.
And Spring Mills not fouling here on the other end, down by 11. We're down to 24 seconds. Washington working the ball around the outside. Here comes Rivera driving in. Layup is good. Make it 21 points for Mary Rivera. 13-point lead with 13 seconds to go.
Foul.
And they do foul on the layup attempt. The ball was worked up quick to Faith Bush and 1. 2 and the foul by Jalen Campbell for second.
Great job by Bush to kind of slow down and allow the defender to get there and still make it the layup through the contact. But
free throw is good to complete the three-point play. On the other side, inbound stolen by Spring Mills.
Don't foul.
2 for Bree King and the foul. So 4 points in about 4 seconds for Spring Mills. I guess 5 seconds.
Yeah, they made it a single-digit
Make it
game.
5. I should say it's 5 points in 5 seconds. See if they can make it 6. Yeah, they do. Bree King makes it 59-52. 3.
Why isn't Spring Mills fouling?
And they do get the foul with a second and a half on the clock, and I don't think that'll.
I mean, it is a 7-point game, but
true. There's only so much time.
But I mean,
It'll pretty much wrap up here with Mary Rivera's 2 free throws.
The thing is just like Washington gave you a little bit of life, even though it wasn't a ton.
It's a 5th foul on Gabby Ball.
If you could have got another steal off that inbound or anything, you never know what happens. It would be obviously insane, but
first one missed by Rivera.
Well, we're going to grab Coach Edwards here after this one concludes, or at least try to, but so keep it here, Dylan. But
second one is good from Rivera.
Overall, interesting game.
King throws up a heave at the buzzer. It's no good. 60-52 is our final. As Nick goes and tries to grab Coach Edwards. I read off your post-game stats brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to fordofhagerstown.com. Mary Rivera with 22 points. Addison Skinner with 3, 5 for Jalen Campbell, 13 for Lexi Adams, 8 for Danielle Brum, 6 for Tamia Perry, 2 for Michaela Michaels, and 1 for Madison Hardy. On the other side, it's 9 for Gabby Ball, 16 for Bree King, 8 for Faith Bush, 3 for Grace Fling, Jocelyn Homer with 2, 8 for Tori Henry, and 2 for Sanaya Wyand. In the loss for Spring Mills, on the other side, it's Coach Edwards comes over our way. We'll get the headset on him, and Nick will get his headset back on as long as Coach Edwards is able to hear us. Yes, over there on that side. That's good. Coach, it started off a little slow for you guys, and Spring Mills was able to get some things going towards the end to cut the deficit down a little bit to just 8 in the end. But a lot of good moments for your team in this one to extend that lead. How'd you feel about the performance overall?
Overall, I have to do a better job. I'm not really happy with our performance, so I just have to do a better job of getting us ready to play.
Coach, on the positive side, again, you do find a way to get the win, and even though it wasn't a great start for your team, you had some moments in the middle and some players that had some good games. Mary Rivera goes over 20 points and gave you a lift when you didn't have Ariana Hairston in the lineup. So not having her and seeing what Mary was able to do as a point guard for you, how'd that help your team here today?
Mary's always big. her energy is unmatched. A lot of times when she gets going, she's a handful. Not Ari kind of slows us down and gets us under control a lot. She has high IQ, so we definitely missed her a little bit. But like I said, I just got to do a better job of getting us ready to go.
So, yeah, despite the win, you say not quite happy with the performance. When you go into your next practices, going into the next games, what do you think you want to focus on to improve on from this one?
Defensively, we just weren't very good defensively tonight. I thought we gave up too many easy buckets and lack of communication. So, like I say, that falls back on me, and you got to get them ready to go.
Anything you want to do in particular in practice to work on those things?
There's a laundry list of things. We have to communicate better. I don't think we communicated very well, and just ball screens kind of hurt us. And we normally do a decent job, especially on the first few passes. But they were able just to make one or two passes and able to get kind of in their spots, and we didn't make it very difficult on them on the catches, on the passes, and we didn't make it very difficult on them. So. They were able to capitalize on it. And like I said in the pregame, I knew they're going to be well coached. They're going to play hard. I know the coach over there, she's coached for a while, and she's going to have them ready to go. So, and we have to match that energy, and we didn't match that today. So.
All right, Coach, unless you have some final thoughts, we'll let you go and say congrats on the win.
Hey, thank you, guys, and you guys have a good evening.
You too, Coach. 60-52 is our final here as Washington gets the win over Spring Mills in girls EPAC basketball. Let's take a 2-minute break and be back for the post-game show. This is EPAC girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
At Carter Myers Automotive, what we do today will tomorrow become what we've done. That's why Owners Just Do More no longer defines us. Our work is never done. Because what we live by doesn't have a finish line. We care. Our company of owners is moving lives forward every day by finding more ways to care before, during, and after your purchase. Because when you're happy, so are we. Carter Myers Automotive. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Steven Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
Welcome into the post-game show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10, brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg, with a full lunch and dinner menu with daily specials and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. Dylan Bishop and Nick Verzolini here after a 60-52 win by Washington in girls basketball over Spring Mills. Nick, some closing thoughts on this one. I was able to read off the post-game stats as you were getting Coach Edwards, so after you give some final thoughts on this game, we'll roll into your awards for the night.
I think Coach Edwards actually summed it up pretty well. They had some moments where they played well, but overall it just wasn't, I think, Washington at its best. I think they can play a lot better. Spring Mills, though, on the other hand, I thought really did battle. I think for a young team with a new head coach and Coach Hessen, they'll continue to get better, and I think we're going to be seeing Spring Mills return to glory sooner rather than later, I would think, with this program, because there is some potential on that side of the court. They're just young, and they haven't experienced varsity enough and haven't played in these kind of games enough. But they fought the whole game. I thought Washington closed pretty poorly, started pretty poorly, had a decent middle, but can play a lot better, or at least you expect a lot more from this group. So we'll see where they go from here. But I think Spring Mills is going to be a team that gets better and better each game, and we'll see them be more competitive throughout EPAC play as the year goes on.
All right, with that, we'll get into your awards for the game, starting with the rejection of the game, brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Family-owned, offering superior customer service and great pricing for a job done by experienced, certified technicians. Call them at 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page.
I'm not sure if I really had one. Did you? Can you think of a rejection off the top of your head?
There was one that I believe Tori Henry had.
Okay.
It was, kind of a subtle one where she kind of blocked the shot. She got their hand on the ball, and then it kind of affected the shot going up. But
talking about like the Michaels play, where it got blocked.
Yeah,
I would go with that as well. Then, if that was blocked.
Yeah, it's true. There wasn't really a whole lot of blocks in this game.
You look at these teams; they're not really built for shot blockers. They don't have like a ton of height, so kind of tough. But
so with that, we'll get into the
play for Henry.
And we'll go into the moment of the game, brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley Medical Center, and Jefferson Medical Center, leading healthcare here and everywhere.
It seemed like probably the second quarter was the best quarter for Washington, and kind of the moment where they seemed to take over the game and really establish themselves after a really tough first quarter. I'd say probably if I had to pick a specific play or anything, one of those threes toward the end of the half for the Patriots. I think the Skinner three was really big. Put them up 35-26, I believe, at halftime, and helped them build that momentum and get a big enough lead where they could have some tough moments still throughout the game and get the win here today.
And your player of the game, brought to you by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer, 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg, and Orsinis.com.
It'd be Mary Rivera. Played very well on both ends of the floor, causing a lot of turnovers, and also did a good job shooting the ball, made some big threes. And like Coach Edwards said, she really gets them going, and when they're playing at their top level is when she's playing at her top level. So she would be my player of the game, and I thought she really stood out here tonight.
All right, and with that, we will sign off here from Spring Mills High School after a 60-52 win by Washington over Spring Mills in EPAC girls basketball. We'll be back tomorrow with more EPAC basketball. On the boys' side of things, I believe we're going to Washington.
Yes.
Against Spring Mills.
Yep, so originally we had Jefferson on the schedule, but I had to make a change there. So we won't have the Musselman-Jefferson game anymore. We'll now have the Spring Mills-Washington boys game, and we'll see how that one plays out at Washington.
All right, you'll hear from Colin McLaughlin back in the studio shortly with the post-game scoreboard show. For Aiden Sensabaugh on the camera, Nick Verzolini on color commentary. I'm Dylan Bishop saying so long. I hope you have a great rest of your Monday evening.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Have you been smoking? I can smell it. Hickory. I'm gonna watch you smoke the whole pack.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
Have you been smoking? I can smell it. Hickory. I'm gonna watch you smoke the whole pack.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
Welcome to the And One post-game scoreboard show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 as the Washington Lady Patriots get the win over the Spring Mills Lady Cardinals by a final score of 60-52. So Washington gets the win on the road. Going on right now, no score update since it just got started. Musselman at Jefferson basketball. So keep an eye on that. And then also at 7:30, Washington and Michigan, so just kicking off in the College Football Playoff National Championship. So if you want to tune into that, that is on ESPN. But that wraps things up here. Again, final score, Washington 60, Spring Mills 52. This has been West Virginia High School Girls Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. I'm Colin McLaughlin signing off. Have a good night, everyone.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Basketball. Today's game has been brought to you by
Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Rocks, the Dutch Miller Auto Group, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Homes and Cremations, CMA Honda, Craig Blair for State Senate, Orsini's Home Store, the Mansion Peretti Law Firm, the Berkeley County Health Department, Hagerstown Ford, Smallwood and Small Insurance, Modern Realty Results, The Palace Lounge, Cody's Auto Body, WVU Medicine.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and NBA basketball, keep it tuned to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.